Yeah, making sure that truly the other, not even the autosaves were before that, you know. I will, if I get the chance again, I will again blow up the shuttle. Because that is just something that needs to happen. Like, it is such a massive gamble to let them land on Earth. Even if we are now saving Talos 1. If you just have the I mean, we recently had this with Corona, basically. Everyone understood that shit is extremely contagious. Uh, uh, where is the point? Oh, I need to construct the keys again. Okay. Um, but yeah, that thing is extremely contagious, and seeing how mimics are easily reproducing on top of this station, like
A
everyone
deluxe cabin.
had been
Oh,
dead for
Alex must have
quite a
liked it.
while. So that there are still so many mimics here, and we have even seen them mutate out of thin air and constructing themselves uh, into these weird
Morgan.
thermo um,
The heart of the Carl is in
thermo things
cytotronics,
and
in the original containment cylinder. Placing the
telepathic
null-wave device
thingies.
there will
Like
override the
there's
entire
no
Carl
way
network with our own signal.
we
Use your
can really
cytoscope to
leave
locate the
anyone
exact
out here.
spot.
There's no chance. Like even this fiber that is in the air. Like how does it even work? All the researchers were in agreement that they weave this out of thin air. So how can we even justify that it is contained? How can we really say that? So so that shuttle really has to go. Because we, like, 30 minutes before first outbreak got recorded, that could mean half a day that the thing broke out half a day before. Or had the possibilities to.
It's up to you.
Hello, Dr. Yu.
So there's one more thing to be said. Because... man... if we really get to infect this web with our own...
Requesting new operator. N-CN9 black box operator
with our
ready to deploy.
own
Please
version of
stand
it,
clear of aperture.
then it becomes a race of what is more destructive? Nah. Destructive is not the right word, but what...
Requesting new operator.
it's basically Necromorphs versus Necromorphs, Zergs versus Zergs.
N-CN9 black box operator ready to deploy. Please.
Like, it's seriously just an
Stand
arms
clear of
race
aperture.
of who gets the upper hand
Requesting
first.
new operator.
How do I get inside?
N-CN9 black box operator ready to deploy. Please stand clear of aperture. Microgravity detected.
Kill them. Adrenaline. And another dose of Morgan cell lights. Do it. That should do it. Come to the bridge. We can finish this thing once and for all.
These headaches, they're getting worse. Like teeth in the brain, sinking in. You feel it, MU? Screaming is louder now. Getting close. I think screams are coming from the future. MU. Screams of people on Earth. Screams an animal makes when caught in a hunter's jaw.
Hello, Dr. Yu. Scanning. Neuroimaging shows your mental resources opposite. You should feel more alert. Hello. Should I change position?
Scanning target Typhon material inconclusive. Logging calibration request.
I just know that. Yeah. Okay. Let's. Like, I know my logic is not completely straight there. And for some reason I feel I need to justify it further. But in the end, yeah. It will still be cooked. The logic that I brought forward. But for this ending scene, I will definitely wait for the full cooldown to run down before I sit down. Because it's
Microgravity detected.
like something was extremely wonky in that other cutscene. And I wanna avoid it here now. So yeah, maybe waiting through the entire cooldown will help, but that is also uncertain.
Morgan, we're ready. I've rigged the main con terminal to trigger the null wave device. It should only take a few seconds for a signal to propagate through the coral and lobotomize every Typhon on Talos 1, including the big one outside. The rest of us should get away with a mild headache. I'll let you do the honors, but you better hurry.
So this is the last question mark. Like, my brain is thoroughly infested with neuromods. Probably like 1/3 or more of my brain matter is a Typhoon. We will grill that. Or Alex said lobotomize. If you don't know, lobotomize is you inject something into the very front of the brain to cause a disturbance in the brain matter, causing the human to completely being unable to express anything. So using that sort of wording for something that is huge chunk of Morgan right now, it's highly likely that Morgan will become paralyzed and or unable to do anything, just like everyone else that has a Typhoon matter in their brainwaves. But then, in the hopes of a better tomorrow, let's go.
What is a neuromod? Well, it's both an easy answer and a complicated one at the same time. It is the future, today. More importantly, our past, today. This is the work TranStar does. Every employee working together. It's immortality. And it is beautiful.
The cool thing about the cutscene I have skipped again is it basically shows the convergence of the entire station, how it started, how then Typhoon started taking over and become even stronger, and then fighting even our robot friends. So yeah, but it goes on for about 30 minutes. But I'm not gonna sit here for 30 minutes. Not today, anyways.
It's finished. How did it do?
Activation of the mirror neurons is promising. Empathy quotient shows to be exceptionally high.
It probably thinks it was dreaming, that nothing mattered.
You're assuming it thinks like us.
Its life depends on it. Ours too. It all comes down to the choices it made.
It saved me from the cargo container. I would have suffocated otherwise, and later it recovered the Leitner connectomes. They were of no practical use, except that they were deeply meaningful to me. It installed multiple Typhon-based neuromods. It could mean an instinctive return to its own kind, or an attempt to integrate its dual natures.
Michaela,
I would have died without my medication. That wasn't easy. That says a lot, I think, about its heart. Can I say that it has a heart? It also found my father's records. And then, I did not expect this, but it let me listen to them. Despite the self-incriminating content, it was willing to make itself vulnerable. Then, there was the man in psychotronics, Ingram. That was cruel. There was no other way to see it. But
would you let it live?
yes,
Sarah, you're next.
the situation in the cargo bay was bad. None of us would have survived without its help, and it destroyed a large number of Typhon across the station. That has to be a good sign. Further, it thwarted Dar's attempt to use us as hostages. If it were one of my officers, I would give it a commendation.
Danielle, what do you say?
It never saw me, and it never ran into Volunteer 37. Hard to say what it would have done. There were a lot of humans controlled by the Typhon that it could have harmed. Seems like it went out of its way to avoid that. I think it's worth the risk.
In the end, it chose to activate the null-wave device. Why? To preserve the Typhon technology? We can't really know what its motives were for anything it did.
But we have to make a choice. You can hear us, can't you? Here. I want to show you something. What you experienced was a reconstruction based on Morgan's memories. This is the world today. We spent years trying to put what you can do into us. We never tried putting what we can do into you. Until now. You're the bridge between our species. I need to know if you see us. I mean, really see us. Take my hand if you do. We're gonna shake things up, like old times.
And this represents also Prey's biggest flaw. This entire end scene. Wait, let me restart the recording.